Pete Codella is going to tell us why everyone's a publisher.
Thank you. The internet is a great equalizer, and just like the Gutenberg press, the internet press has forever changed the way that we communicate with each other. Broadcast news organizations and journalists now follow citizen journalists as they develop news stories, and citizen journalism through social networks is powerful. The Zacks by Dr. Seuss. One day making tracks in the prairie of Prax came a north-going Zacks and a south-going Zacks. And it happened that both of them came to a place where they bumped. There they stood, foot to foot, face to face. "Look here now," the north-going Zacks said. "I say, you are blocking my path. You are right in my way. I'm a north-going Zacks, and I always go north. Get out of my way now and let me go forth." "Who's in whose way?" snapped the south-going Zacks. "I always go south, making south-going tracks, so you're in my way. And I ask you to move, and let me go south in my south-going groove." Then the North Zacks puffed his chest up with pride. "I never," he said, "take a step to one side, and I'll prove to you that I won't change my ways if I have to keep standing here 59 days. "And I'll prove to you," yelled the south-going Zacks, "that I can stand here in the prairie of Prax for 59 years, for I live by a rule that I learned as a boy back in south-going school. Never budge, that's my rule. Never budge in the least, not an inch to the west, not an inch to the east. I'll stay here not budging, I can and I will, if it makes you and me and the whole world stand still." Well, of course, the world didn't stand still. The world grew. In a couple of years, the new highway came through, and they built it right over those two stubborn Zacks and left them there, standing unbudged in their tracks. Have you ever tried convincing a boss that social media would be a good way for your organization to communicate? Do you find yourself resisting new technology just for the sake of comfort or convenience? Are you or someone you know as stubborn as a Zacks? As Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Organizations stuck in the old way of communicating will find themselves left behind as competitors move forward with their customers. Young woman or old lady, perspective is important. Digital natives have grown up with broadband internet. Digital immigrants have learned how to use the internet later in life. Natives and immigrants have totally different perspectives and comfort levels for utilizing tools like social media. It's important to recognize the unique characteristics of both your resources and your constituents. Today, the goal is to share your content and then get your friends to share that content with their social networks. As Seth Godin says, it's about communicating with tribes. Don't underestimate the power of a blog to share information. Position yourself as a thought leader and develop a larger following and promote products and services. Use a blog separately from your homepage. It's a more personal channel of communication, and it's just as important as your main site. Audio or video podcasts aren't nearly as numerous as blogs. You can use a podcast as a way to stand out and position your organization in the crowded marketplace. Besides your own website, distribute that content in easily accessible places like on iTunes or YouTube. Virtual networks are great, but analog friends are irreplaceable. Look for an organization with similar interests. You and your organization should join and get involved. For example, I helped organize and now serve as the program director for the Social Media Club of Salt Lake City. Your mission is to nominate a dozen social media practitioners or companies using social media effectively for the world's first Social Media Club sponsored awards program to be held right here in Salt Lake City in November. Nominations are accepted until August 31st. Tickets are now available at utahsocialmediaawards.info and in the lobby. Don't be left out. Remember, everyone is a publisher. Thank you very much.
Salt Lake City, give it up for your next speakers.